son. The loudest people in the room rarely have real power. The quiet ones do. The man who's always talking, always posting, always chasing attention. He's not powerful. He's performing. The man who's calm, steady, disciplined, the one people call boring, that's the man who builds empires in silence. I've lived long enough to see this truth play out 1,000 times. The flashy ones burn bright and disappear. The boring ones, they last. So, before I show you why being boring is secretly the most powerful thing you can be, like this video right now, because when you do, you send a signal to YouTube's algorithm. You tell it this message matters, and YouTube will show it to more people who need to hear the truth. So hit like, subscribe, and let's talk about the silent power most men never discover. Number 1. Being boring means you're in control. People who need constant excitement are addicted to dopamine. They chase highs, parties, attention, drama, because they can't sit alone with themselves. But the man who can live calmly, who can enjoy quiet routines and stability, that man has mastered his own chemistry. Control equals power. When nothing easily excites or rattles you, no one can manipulate you. That's why being boring is intimidating. It means you can't be baited into chaos. Your calmness disarms people who thrive on reaction. Number 2. Boring men build empires. Exciting men burn energy. The world glorifies the thrill seekers, the wild ones, the unpredictable. But behind every great success story is a man who repeated small habits day after day, when nobody was watching. Waking up early, eating clean, saving money, reading instead of scrolling, building instead of bragging. These aren't exciting acts. They're boring, but that's exactly why they work. Because nobody else has the discipline to stay consistent long enough to win. Psychology calls this delayed gratification. The ability to trade short-term pleasure for long-term power. And it's rare. That's why the disciplined man always rises above the entertaining one. Number 3. Boring people master focus. Every notification, every ping, every distraction is designed to steal your attention, your most valuable currency. The man who can sit for hours doing deep work, ignoring noise, is nearly unstoppable. He's not addicted to stimulation. He's addicted to progress. While others chase excitement, he builds skill. While others party, he plans. While others talk, he acts. And when his results finally show, people call him lucky. But luck is just the reward of focus disguised as fate. Number 4. Boring men are emotionally stable. And that's sexy. Let's talk about attraction for a second. Women may flirt with excitement, but they fall in love with stability. The man who doesn't lose his temper, who doesn't create drama, who stays emotionally grounded, he becomes her peace, and peace is addictive. A boring man doesn't chase emotional highs and lows. He offers safety, not chaos. And that's what separates him from 99% of men who confuse emotional instability for passion. Being boring means your energy is stable, and that stability makes you unforgettable. Number 5. Boring means you're free from validation. Here's a brutal truth. Most people live like actors on stage, performing, posting, pretending to be more interesting than they are. But the man who's truly free doesn't need applause. He can live quietly, knowing his value doesn't depend on likes, comments, or attention. That kind of detachment is powerful, because the world can't control you when it can't seduce you. You become dangerous in the best way possible. Number 6, boring creates mystery. Ironically, the quieter you are, the more curious people become. When everyone's showing everything online, mystery becomes magnetic. A boring man doesn't reveal too much. He doesn't need to. His silence, his routine, his predictability. They make people wonder what's going on beneath the surface. And that wonder creates attraction, respect, and even fear. Because in a world obsessed with noise, your calm becomes an enigma. Number 7. Boring men keep their power by avoiding chaos. Drama is expensive, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It drains energy, ruins focus, and destroys peace. The man who avoids unnecessary arguments, toxic people, and emotional battles may look boring, but he's actually protecting his kingdom. Every time you don't react, you win. Every time you walk away from nonsense, you grow stronger. Power isn't about domination, it's about direction. And direction thrives in peace. Son, I've seen men destroy themselves trying to look interesting. They chase pleasure, drama, and validation until they have nothing left but noise. And then I've seen the quiet ones, the boring ones. They wake up early, keep promises, stay loyal, stay focused. They don't brag, they build. Years pass, and suddenly the world calls them lucky. But I know better. They weren't lucky. They were boring and disciplined enough to stay that way. So, if people call you boring, smile. It means your life is peaceful. It means you've mastered yourself, and self-mastery is the highest form of power. Now, if this message hits something inside you, don't just leave quietly, like this video right now, because when you do, YouTube will show it to more people who need to hear this wisdom. Subscribe and join this circle of men who are done chasing excitement and ready to build peace. Remember, boring doesn't mean empty. It means controlled, and control is where real power lives.